Hello guys and welcome to our YouTube video.
In this video, Ryan's going to talk about Aud Jpy and then I'm going to talk about Eurocad.
Let's get into it. Right guys, this is Aud Jpy on the monthly chart. To start off with, just joining our psychological levels. We've got our top resistance and our bottom monthly supports. We also have a monthly descending channel, which has more value, and as at the moment we're reaching the top bit of the channel. So we should see some downside movement from here. Looking at the monthly candles, we are starting to have lots of wicks, equal wicks at this level, which could potentially shows that we are rejecting it, ready for another big rally to the downside. Jumping on the weekly chart now. Weekly chart, it's not much happening until we get on the daily, but on the weekly, I just want to show where our target is. Our target is at 72 right here, right now, because we could potentially be forming a higher time frame head and shoulders pattern with our left shoulder here, right head here and right shoulder here. So that would be our first target, but potentially we can break that and this could be invalid. So that is why our first target is at 72 and at this zone across here. Jumping on the daily now. Daily price comes a lot more clearer. We have got a triple top, 1, 2, 3 here. And we also got ascending trend line. And this is also known as an ascending channel, ascending triangle pattern. Price has broken out of the triangle pattern. And if I jump on the 4 hour, we have actually retested it to perfection. And now price is impulse away from that. However, price has found some sort of support level through the market across here. As you see, we wicked it across here. We rejected it across here, and now we've made a double bottom across here now. So for us to enter this price, we need to break this, come back, form some sort of corrective structure back to this level, and then for us to then take a short off that once that is broken. And then obviously, as I spoke about on the weekly chart, our target would be all the way down here, which is also the 90 ray of the uptrend, which was broken. So this is looking like a very high probable trade. It might be next week, it might be 2 weeks time, but who knows? So yeah, this is Aud Jpy broken down.
Okay guys, so this is my top-down analysis for Eurocad. Starting on the monthly chart, I've drawn in my psychological levels at resistance at 1.6, and I've got a support level in the market of 1.25. I've also drawn in a psychological level at a mid-range level across 1.45. Just looking at the monthly market structure, we can see that we are in bullish market structure, making higher highs and higher lows. However, as you can see recently, we have been struggling to break through the resistance level of 1.6. So we can start to say that potentially price is starting to squeeze for a potential bigger push to the downside. Dropping down to the weekly chart, this resistance level of 1.6 is shown more clearly. As you can see, we have formed a double top at this level. Previous weeks, we did see a first wick rejection from the week starting on the 27th of July. Then afterwards, we formed a doji. The week after that, we formed a hanging man. So this is like a failed evening star. So we need to be patient in the market as sellers. So if we're looking to sell, we actually needed to wait for last week, which actually closed as an engulfing, because this week previously, we actually failed to make the evening star pattern, but now this has been completed and we can say that the selling momentum has actually kicked in. So let's look at the daily now. The daily, you can see ever since touching resistance at around 1.6, we can see we have formed bearish market structure where we've just been forming lower lows and lower highs and just retesting support as resistance. Now, if I drop down to the 4 hour chart, you'll be able to see this a lot more clearly. So to start with, what we did form was this head and shoulders pattern in the market, and it's a tilted head and shoulders. So if I draw a tilted shoulders, and then if I just copy and paste that, we can see that it matches up with the neckline like such. And then what we actually done was we formed a head and shoulders break and retest of the neckline. As you can see, we broke through the neckline and slowly pulled back to retest the neckline, and with our continuation to the downside. And what that actually was, if I draw on my fib level, what the market was actually doing was just coming back up to retest the 0.618 Fibonacci level of the golden zone. So now we have just continued from that level to the downside. But what we've actually now done is broken through a significant level in the market of 1.56. So across here where price was actually struggling to break through. So now we have this level in the market where we can actually look for price to retest this support level as resistance to capitalize on the selling momentum in the market to trade the market lower. Looking at targets for this pair, so if price does manage to pull back and retest and we show a shift in momentum, well, we can jump back onto the daily time frame and look for targets. Now, where I would be targeting is 1.54 across here. As you can see, we've had multiple rejections in the market across here. So we don't want to be greedy and target a downside, because we will see some sort of reversals at this point, as it's a significant level in the market. So if we can catch minimum risk reward of 1 to 3 to that level, we'll be looking to take our profits at 1.54 with a trading setup looking something potentially like that.